Okay, so Darien Estell is, come on up, is a junior.
Senior.
Almost to be a senior. At Plainfield East High School. Go Bengals, yay. Where my own kids went, so that's very cool. And a very, very talented writer in her own right. Yes, the name is associated, they are related. And here's Darien.
Hello. So, lately, what I'm going to show you is I've been writing horror stories, but I've been challenging myself to write short stories because I haven't really been good at that, and I'm starting a mini-series. So I'm going to read you two short stories. The first one is called Cherry Coke, and there's two characters, Coke, and there's Clyde, who's Southern, and basically they're two characters, and it's basically their story of how they, this first short story is how they met in the first place, and the next story is going to be about like their adventures, and I'm going to write like, I don't know how many books I'm going to have, but I want it to be like a little mini-series. So this one is called Cherry Coke. All my life, I was happy and free. I enjoyed playing outside. I leaped around the lawn and inhaled the refreshing smell of the bright green grass. I would lay in the grass and play with the little bits and pieces of it. I would stare at the bright blue sky and watch the clouds chase each other. All throughout my life, I was pretty weird. To all the kids in school, I was odd and peculiar. When I was 6, I would dig in the soil for little arachnids at recess. I always went up to my friends and showed them the little friends that I made. All of my friends screamed and ran. I would look down my hand and talk to my little friends. "Hey there, little guy, don't worry, I won't hurt you," I said as I gently touched the creature. I never really knew the gender, but I figured I could use the skills I learned in homeroom and guess. For many days, I played in the grass all alone, searching for more and more little bugs to befriend, when a little boy approached me. He was wearing a pair of light brown capris, the color of cinnamon. He wore a loose, striped t-shirt with buttons down the middle. I can tell his mom didn't iron it. The shirt was full of wrinkles. I looked up to see his face. His hair, the sun was very bright, so I used my hand to block it. His hair was in a mohawk and was bright blonde. He was smiling at me. A smile that glowed but showed no teeth. He saw my centipede that was crawling all over my hand. He bent his knees and lowered himself. "Hey there, little girl," he said as he gingerly touched the bug. "Hey, it's a boy," I spat as I cut the bug in my hand and pulled it away. "Well, it looks like a girl to me. She's so purty," he said. His voice was southern. Very southern. "Now, what makes you think it's a girl?" I said as I glared at him. "I know, I'm just guessing," he said as he shrugged his shoulders. It was an awkward silence until he spoke again. "By the way, my name's Clyde," he said as he stuck out his hand. I knew what he was trying to do. My parents did it all the time when their friends came over. They call it a handshake. I just shook one of his fingers because between me and you, I never did like touching others. "My name's Coke," I said with a smile on my face. "Well, I'll be. That's like my papa's favorite drink. He liked it with cherries," he said with his hands on his sides. "Is that a good thing?" I questioned. "Really? Yeah, I think it's mighty swell. That drink comes in all great flavors." Clyde was staring at my bright red hair. "That natural?" he asked as he grabbed a piece of it and squinted his eyes. "Yeah, why?" "Oh, I'm just asking. It looks lovely." I looked at him and smiled. "Hey, I'll call you Cherry Coke. That'll be a nifty nickname." "Wow, that's great," I said. Then Clyde gave me a hug. I closed my eyes because I wasn't much of a hugger. "Clyde, I can't breathe," I said. "Oh, sorry, little lady," he said as he backed off. For the first time in a long time, I had a friend, a splendid friend. Okay, and then this one is the second short story that I wrote called The Missing Lunch with the same characters. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a normal Friday, and I was going to be enjoying the most amazing lunch in the history of lunches. a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with cinnamon apples and lemonade to be exact. I was so excited to stuff my face in lunch. It was almost 12:15. Only five more minutes till I could go to my desk to retrieve my lunchbox. Clyde was next to me, playing with his shoelaces as usual. Psst, Clyde, I said all eager. Yeah, little lady? He asked. It's almost time for lunch. I'll have the best lunch ever, I said, bouncing up and down. Tuna and rye bread with taters? He asked nervously. No, it's peanut butter and jelly with cinnamon apples and lemonade. He stared at me for a split second. You Midwest folks are weird, Clyde said. Okay, kids, time for lunch, said Miss Nancy as she closed her book. I immediately got up and darted for my lunchbox. I got to my desk, and I was in complete shock. My lunchbox was gone. I ducked under my desk and searched and looked all around it. Clyde, I have a huge problem, I said, loud enough so he could hear me from his cubby. What is it, Cherry Coke? He asked as he carried his lunch bag. My lunchbox is gone, I yelled as I jumped up and down. Ain't that the lunch that's supposed to be the best lunch in the history of lunches? Clyde asked. Yes, and now it's gone. It's all gone, I complained as I sat down on my knees and stared at the ground. We'll find it, little lady. Don't you worry none, he reassured me as he rubbed my back. Is everything all right, Coke? Don't worry, Miss Nancy. She's all right, Clyde said with thumbs up. It was silent for a few seconds. Well, I'll be dipped in butter and thrown in the fryer. Maybe someone stole your lunchbox, Clyde said as he stood up. You think so? I asked and wiped my eyes. Well, I could be wrong, but it sure is a possibility. Come on, Coke, we need to go find out who stole your lunchbox, Clyde said as he helped me up.
It's become a theme, thanks to you.
I know. It's totally awesome.